Stop for a second and scan your life. How many moments have you handed away your power just to keep the peace? How many times have you explained yourself to people who never earned the right to question you? That ends now. Today you stop running on the old script and start writing a new one. Before we dive in, if you're serious about building unshakable confidence and real-world influence, subscribe, hit the bell, and comment, "I'm in," so this message stays front and center every time you need it. There are two men living inside you. One is uncertain, apologetic, approval-seeking, addicted to explaining. The other is confident, self-assured, direct, and quietly powerful. Every day, through 1,000 tiny choices, you feed one and starve the other. The uncertain self is a program you didn't write. Parents taught you to be good. Teachers trained you to be obedient. Society shaped you to be manageable. Manageable men are predictable. Predictable men are controllable. And controllable men get ignored when it matters most. That uncertain voice sounds polite, even reasonable. I don't want to hurt their feelings. Maybe I misunderstood. I should give them another chance. But here's the truth your uncertain self hides from you. Every time you're nice to someone who disrespects you, you're being unkind to yourself. Every time you let a boundary slide, you teach others that your boundaries don't matter. Every time you over-explain, you hand the other person the authority to judge you. Now meet the confident self, not aggressive, not loud, but non-negotiable. He speaks a different language. I don't compromise my standards. I understood perfectly, and I don't appreciate it. They already used their chance. Transformation isn't about rage. It's about choice. The uncertain self wants to explain the boundary. The confident self enforces it. The uncertain self wants to understand disrespect. The confident self responds with consequences. The uncertain self excuses time wasters. The confident self protects time like gold. Practical switch flips you can make today. Replace apology with clarity. If you did nothing wrong, say what happens next, not why you feel bad. State boundaries in a sentence, not a speech. That doesn't work for me. Full stop. Stop narrating your decisions. Decide. Execute. Move on. Audit your approvals. Who are you trying to impress, and why do they deserve that power? Reward respect instantly. Punish disrespect quietly. Access is a privilege, not a right. Expect internal resistance. Your uncertain self will scream. People won't like the new you. Good. You're not building a fan club. You're building a life. It will remind you of the times you tried to be strong and stumbled. Also good. Stumbles are proof you're moving. Here's your reframe. Strength over approval. Respect over being liked. Influence over popularity. The goal isn't to become cold. It's to become clear. Compassion with boundaries. Presence without performance. Power without noise. Start today with 3 micro-commitments. 1 boundary enforced without explanation. 1 non-apology where you did nothing wrong. 1 strategic no, delivered calmly and cleanly. You'll feel the axis of your life tilt. People who only like you compliant will resist. People who respect strength will lean in. And most importantly, you'll begin to trust yourself, the only approval that scales. Comment this affirmation now. My uncertain self is transforming. My confident self is rising. Then subscribe and share this with someone who's ready to stop explaining and start leading. The next chapter builds your fortress mind, and once that's in place, you become very hard to move. Your mind can either be your greatest ally or your most dangerous enemy. If your thoughts are chaotic, your life will be chaotic. If your mind is fragile, every word, every opinion, every failure will pierce straight through your focus like arrows in soft armor. But if your mind is a fortress, impenetrable, disciplined, strategic, then no storm, no betrayal, no insult can shake the empire you are building within yourself. Most men live like open fields. Anyone can walk in, plant seeds of doubt, and leave footprints of insecurity. But the man who chooses to build a fortress mind controls the gates. He decides what enters and what leaves. Your emotions are not your masters. They are your messengers. When someone criticizes you, your fortress mind doesn't react. It observes. When someone disappoints you, your fortress mind doesn't collapse. It calculates. When someone lies to you, your fortress mind doesn't rage. It records. Each emotional trigger is data. Anger means a line was crossed. Pain means loyalty was misplaced. Fear means growth is near. The average man reacts. The strategic man analyzes. That's the difference between the fragile and the formidable. The fragile mind turns every challenge into a personal attack. I can't believe they did this to me. I don't deserve this. Why does this always happen? The fortress mind sees patterns instead of pain. This person just revealed who they really are. This situation exposed my weak spot. Now I know where to train. This obstacle is not blocking me, it's teaching me. Every event becomes intel. Every interaction becomes training. Every setback becomes strategy. When you stop taking everything personally, you stop bleeding energy. Someone treats you poorly? That's not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their character. Someone tries to manipulate you? That's not proof of your weakness. It's proof of their desperation. Machiavelli once wrote, "A wise man acts in the present, shaping the future." That's what your fortress mind does. It anticipates, it adapts, it acts. You stop waiting for people to behave well. You start expecting them to act according to their nature. When you expect challenges, you're never caught off guard. When you expect betrayal, you're never blindsided. When you expect chaos, calm becomes your advantage. Train your fortress mind daily. Pause before reacting. Count 3 seconds before responding to anything emotional. Those 3 seconds separate power from panic. Label emotions, don't live in them. I feel angry, not I am angry. The moment you label it, you control it. Audit your triggers. If something repeatedly upsets you, that's a weakness. Fortify it. Expect human nature. Never confuse kindness for loyalty or politeness for integrity. Respond strategically. Ask, what can this teach me? Not, why is this happening to me? A fortress mind doesn't mean you become emotionless. It means you become emotion-proof. You still feel pain, but it doesn't paralyze you. You still feel fear, but it doesn't dictate your next move. You still feel anger, but you don't waste it, you weaponize it. Most men break at the first sign of pressure because their mental walls were never built. They crumble under criticism. They panic under chaos. They retreat under discomfort. But not you. You're laying bricks every day. Brick by brick, discipline by discipline, your fortress rises. Soon, your peace will be untouchable, your focus unbreakable, your confidence unshakable. Because once your mind becomes a fortress, nothing external can disturb the real you. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Speech balloon, my mind is a fortress. My thoughts are tools. I control my reactions. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next lesson in mastering influence. The next chapter will teach you something most men never learn: how silence becomes your most powerful weapon. Powerful men don't announce their power. They move through the world quietly, letting their presence speak louder than their words ever could. The insecure man fills silence with noise. He argues, explains, overshares, and seeks validation through endless talking. The strong man does the opposite. He uses silence as a weapon, controlled, deliberate, and devastatingly effective. Silence is not weakness. It's strategy. When you stop explaining yourself, people stop testing you. When you stop defending yourself, people start respecting you. When you stop talking just to be understood, you become unreadable, and unreadable is powerful. Think about the last time someone accused you of something untrue. Your instinct might have been to defend yourself, to prove them wrong. But the moment you did, you handed them authority, because you acknowledged that their opinion was worth defending against. The fortress mind you built in the last chapter protects your emotions. Silence protects your influence. When people can't read you, they project power onto you. They wonder what you're thinking. They assume you know more than you reveal. They treat you with caution, even respect, because uncertainty breeds importance. Machiavelli once said, "The lion does not need to roar to be respected." That's what silence is, a lion walking through the jungle. Everyone feels it. No one doubts it. The loudest man in the room is rarely the most powerful. he's the most nervous. He talks to fill the space where confidence should be. You, on the other hand, will speak only when it's necessary, when your words carry intent, clarity, and consequence. Your silence becomes magnetic because it creates contrast. When everyone else reacts instantly, you pause. When everyone else explains, you observe. When everyone else reveals everything, you reveal nothing, and that makes you unforgettable. Here's what happens when you master silence. Your respect multiplies. People listen because they know when you speak, it means something. Your influence deepens. Mystery forces attention. People follow what they can't fully predict. Your control strengthens. You stop giving emotional ammunition to others. No one can use your own words against you. Your energy is preserved. Every argument avoided is time and focus saved for building your empire. Your emotions stabilize. The less you speak in reaction, the less control others have over your state of mind. Practical examples. When someone tries to provoke you with insults, don't offend, don't react. Just look at them calmly. The silence will crush them harder than any comeback ever could. When someone demands an explanation you don't owe, simply say, no justification, no follow-up. When drama starts around you, remove yourself. Let chaos consume those who crave it. When you're tempted to explain your boundaries, don't. You teach people how to treat you through consistency, not explanation. The insecure will escalate when they don't get your reaction. Let them. Their noise exposes their weakness. Your silence exposes their dependence on attention. Watch how they unravel while you remain composed. You'll notice something else when you start practicing this art. Your words begin to carry gravity. Because you speak less, every syllable gains weight. People lean in. They repeat your lines. They quote you. Your silence trains others to listen. Your pauses make them curious. Your calmness makes them cautious. That's real dominance. Quiet dominance. Most men talk because they fear being misunderstood. Powerful men understand that being misunderstood is part of the game. You're not here to be liked or fully decoded. You're here to be respected, observed, and remembered. Silence doesn't mean you never speak. It means when you do speak, your words land like bullets. Precise, necessary, final. Let others fill the air with words that mean nothing. You'll fill the room with presence that says everything. Practice this starting today. Speak 50% less than usual in your next conversation. Pause 2 full seconds before answering any question. End every unnecessary explanation with silence, not more justification. Watch the shift. People will begin mirroring your calm. They'll choose their words more carefully around you. Some will even become uncomfortable. Good. That discomfort means they can feel your power. Drop this affirmation in the comments. Speech balloon, my silence speaks louder than their noise. My calm is my command. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and turn on notifications. Because in the next chapter, you'll learn how to transform setbacks into strength, the alchemy that separates ordinary men from those who become truly unstoppable. Every man faces betrayal. Every warrior faces defeat. Every builder faces collapse. But the difference between those who remain broken and those who rise stronger is simple: perspective. Weak men see disappointment as a wound. Strong men see it as information. The truth is, people will disappoint you. Your best friend will choose comfort over loyalty. Your business partner will choose money over morals. The woman who once swore she'd stand by you will disappear when you fall. This isn't cynicism. It's realism. And once you understand this truth, disappointment loses its power to destroy you. 1. See reality for what it is. Most men are crushed by betrayal because they built their peace on illusions. They believe people were better than they are. They confuse politeness with loyalty and niceness with integrity. So when someone betrays them, they spend months replaying conversations, wondering what went wrong, obsessing over closure. You're not going to do that. You'll see betrayal for what it really is: a revelation. Disappointment doesn't create truth. It reveals it. It peels off the mask and shows you who people truly are. Machiavelli once wrote, "Men are ungrateful, fickle, false, cowardly, and greedy." Harsh? Yes. Accurate? Absolutely. The man who accepts this truth becomes impossible to break. He expects human nature to serve its own interest. He assumes people will act in ways that benefit themselves, and because of that, he's never blindsided. You can't be disappointed by behavior you expected. You can't be manipulated by patterns you already recognized. You can't be hurt deeply by someone you never gave deep access to. That's called strategic awareness, and it's the foundation of resilience. 2. Turn betrayal into education. Every setback carries a lesson that only pain can teach. That friend who abandoned you when times got hard, he just taught you what loyalty looks like by contrast. That client who underpaid you, he taught you to define your value clearly next time. That partner who broke trust, he taught you the importance of self-reliance. Each disappointment is a class in human nature. The more classes you survive, the more powerful you become. Because eventually, you stop learning these lessons emotionally. You start learning them intellectually. You stop asking, why did they do this to me? And start asking, what did this show me about them? And that's when the pain loses its sting. 3. Use distance and discipline. When someone shows you they're unreliable, believe them. When someone disrespects you once, they'll do it again if allowed. When someone drains your energy, cut the cord. Cleanly, quietly, permanently. You owe explanations to no one. Silence is closure. Absence is the message. If revenge tempts you, remember this. Nothing tortures a betrayer more than seeing you unbothered and excelling. The calm man terrifies the guilty because he can't be read or provoked. 4. Turn criticism into fuel. Now let's talk about your critics, the ones who whisper behind your back, mock your progress, or doubt your potential. You'll meet them at every level of your rise. Here's the rule. Never argue with a critic. Outperform them. Uncertain men waste their energy debating people who will never change their minds. They explain, justify, and defend. They think that if they can just make people understand, they'll earn respect. But respect isn't negotiated. It's earned through results. When you respond to criticism, you elevate the critic. You acknowledge that their opinion holds weight. The powerful man doesn't fight for approval. He builds results so undeniable that words lose their meaning. 5. Excellence, the silent response. The only revenge that matters is success, so visible it silences every doubt. Let your achievements become your defense. Let your consistency become your proof. Machiavelli wrote, "Fortune is overcome by excellence." You don't silence critics with complaints. You drown them in evidence. You don't change minds through argument. You force them to see through achievement. Every time you choose action over reaction, you move higher while they stay stuck. Every hour you spend improving yourself is another nail in the coffin of their opinions. And here's the secret. The moment your results start speaking louder than their words, their criticism transforms into something else. Envy. And envy is disrespect wearing a mask. 6. Focus on building, not defending. While others talk, you build. While others gossip, you progress. While others argue, you evolve. Stop feeding energy into distractions. Every second spent arguing is a second stolen from your empire. Every defensive word you utter gives power to those beneath your level. You don't need to win verbal battles. You're busy winning real ones. The man of action doesn't explain his plan, he executes it. The man of excellence doesn't respond to rumors. He replaces them with results. The man of vision doesn't prove himself. He becomes undeniable. 7. The warrior's reframe. Disappointment is proof that you're rising. People only betray or criticize upward. They don't waste effort on men beneath them, only on men who intimidate them. If you're being betrayed, envied, or attacked, it means you're visible. It means you're growing. So instead of collapsing, smile. You're witnessing evidence that your power is expanding. Every test, every betrayal, every insult is fuel. Add it to the fire. Let it forge you. Comment this affirmation below. Speech balloon. I silence critics with success, not arguments. I turn setbacks into power. And if this message is hitting you where you needed it, subscribe, like, and share with another man who's tired of being broken by betrayal and ready to rise through discipline. Because in the next chapter, you'll learn how to control your reputation, master discipline, and become truly unstoppable. the final transformation that separates those who talk from those who command. Everything you've built so far, your confidence, your fortress mind, your silence, your discipline, culminates in this, becoming unstoppable. But to stay unstoppable, you must master three things most men ignore: your reputation, your discipline, and your destiny. These are the final pillars. Once they're solid, nothing outside of you can shake what's inside of you. 1. Control the story before others write it. Every person you meet forms an opinion of you within seconds. That opinion decides how they treat you, how much respect they give you, and whether they follow your lead. Most men leave this to chance. They drift through life reacting to how others see them. But powerful men design perception. Your reputation is a weapon, and like any weapon, it must be sharpened, protected, and used strategically. It's not about faking an image. It's about crafting consistency. The world should know exactly what to expect from you. Calm under pressure, control under chaos, composure under conflict. The moment your name is mentioned, people should think, he's solid, he's sharp, he delivers. Machiavelli wrote, "Men judge more by the eye than the hand." People don't always see your heart. They see your posture. They see your energy. They feel your presence. So control what they see. Practical reputation control. Posture. Stand tall. Shoulders back. Chin up. Move deliberately. Confidence is broadcast through micro movements. Speech. Speak with intention. Remove filler words. Silence between sentences makes your words heavier. Energy. Walk into every room like you belong there. Don't seek permission. Project certainty. Consistency. Be the same man when you win and when you lose. Respect multiplies when your character doesn't change with circumstances. Your reputation precedes you like an aura. If you cultivate it properly, it will open doors before you even knock. 2. Discipline is your daily religion. Most men wait for motivation. You don't. You act. Excellence isn't performance. It's a discipline. It's doing what others refuse to do every single day, especially when no one is watching. Every great empire is built on boring repetition. Waking up early, training when you don't want to, studying when you'd rather scroll, choosing focus over comfort. These invisible moments create unstoppable men. The undisciplined man wants results, but not the repetition. He wants power, but not patience. He wants respect, but not responsibility. That's why he stays average. But you understand that every repetition is a brick. Every brick is a wall. Every wall becomes a fortress. Machiavelli said, "Fortune favors the disciplined." He was right. Discipline gives you control over yourself. And once you control yourself, you control outcomes. Here's what discipline looks like in action. Wake up before the world does. Start your day before distractions start theirs. Train your body daily. Strength is proof of order. Weakness is proof of neglect. Keep your promises to yourself. If you say you'll do it, do it. Self-trust is the foundation of influence. Guard your time like treasure. Every minute spent aimlessly is a weapon handed to your enemy. Do what's necessary, not what's easy. Comfort kills greatness. Discipline turns pressure into peace because you know you've done the work. It turns chaos into confidence because your habits hold the line when your emotions don't. 3. Emotional independence, the final freedom. You've been trained to need approval. Approval from family, friends, co-workers, society. But the man who depends on external validation will always be a prisoner. The unstoppable man doesn't cut off emotion. He masters it. He still loves, still connects, still feels deeply, but never needs any of those things to define him. His sense of worth comes from within, not from the applause of others. That's why you must become selective. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone has earned your attention. You decide who gets your time. You decide whose opinion matters. You decide what voices echo inside your mind. This is self-reliance at its highest level. You become your own source of peace, your own validation, your own motivation. And when the world realizes that nothing they say or do can sway you, they start to respect you deeply. Because real power is independence from manipulation. For the unstoppable state. Becoming unstoppable isn't about perfection. It's about resilience. It's about reaching a point where nothing external can disturb your internal stability. Critics can talk, you keep building. Enemies can plot, you keep advancing. Life can collapse, you rebuild stronger. You're no longer reactive. You're responsive. You don't panic under pressure, you pivot. You don't complain when betrayed, you calculate. You don't crumble when challenged, you conquer. Machiavelli said, "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior." You are that warrior. You've transformed your uncertain self into your confident self. You built a mind like a fortress. You've mastered silence, turned pain into power, and made excellence your habit. Now you stand at the edge of something most men never reach: total self-mastery. 5. The Manifesto of the Unstoppable. The world won't hand you power. You take it. The world won't grant you respect. You earn it. The world won't give you permission. You don't need it. You are no longer the man who explains himself. You are no longer the man who asks for validation. You are no longer the man who waits for the right moment, because you are the right moment. When others hesitate, you move. When others break, you bend. When others stop, you continue. That's what makes you unstoppable. Final affirmation. Speech balloon. I control my reputation. My discipline is my foundation. My strength is unshakable. I am unstoppable. If this message resonated with you, subscribe, like, and share it with another man ready to rise above mediocrity. The era of hesitation is over. The time for transformation is now. The world isn't waiting for permission. It's waiting for you to take your place. Go, build, lead, command. You are unstoppable.